Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Getaway Crochet. Thank you for taking time out of your Sunday to get away from life with us and to talk crochet, do some crochet, and see what we're going to get into today. And whatever project you got going on, you just go right ahead and work on that, and I'll talk about what we're going to be doing today and this disaster of a yarn office that I have going, which you will see momentarily. I am getting over being sick, so I don't sound exactly like myself. I apologize. I'm probably going to be coughing occasionally, maybe blowing my nose off screen. Apologies in advance, but we were really sick last week. My husband and I both got it. Actually, he started it and then gave it to me as usual, so here we are. There's a lot of stuff going around, so I hope you guys are all in good health. But I wanted to put up a video for you guys today. I have the house to myself, minus, well, the dogs are currently outside. But, yeah, I have the house to myself. My husband's at work, so this is probably the best time to put out a video. And I really missed you guys, and I want to be more consistent on my channel for you guys, so here's a video. Today we are going to be talking Scrapghans and scrap yarn. Why are we going to be talking about this? Because I have an absolute scrap mess going on all over the place in my office. And I would like to show that to you guys. For instance, remember that granny square blanket I was making out of scraps? It was a lot bigger the last time you saw it. I've been dismantling it for scraps so I can make a scrapgan. Now, before I show you everything that's going on around me and talk about all the projects I've been working on in the last few weeks, I wanted to share with you the project that I have going, and I can't wait to finish it, but it's going to take a while. So, this is my bag of granny squares. Now, if you guys ever saw the show Roseanne, the original Roseanne, not the Connors, but the original show Roseanne, you will notice on the back of their sofa there is a Scrapgan, like, granny square blanket. And I have wanted to make one of those bordered in black for many, many years. And every time I start one, I'm just like, oh, I lose interest, and my squares get lost, or I don't know what I do, but the squares are gone. It goes nowhere. But this time, as I was going through my yarn and realizing just how many scraps I actually have everywhere, hidden everywhere, I decided we are going to do this. So for the last few weeks, I started a new job about a month ago, and every day after work for a couple hours, I've been putting some squares together. Not every day, because some days I'm busier than others, but let me show you what I got so far for this blanket. Alright, so I was kind of organizing them last night, but just to see what I had for colors. So we'll just grab a handful here. Put them here. Alright, so we got just random colors put together, which is the best way to do this blanket. No rhyme or reason for the colors necessarily. I am going to border each square in black and then connect it with black. Now, this has been so much fun for me to just sit down, and maybe I don't feel like doing, like, after, 8 hours of work, you come home and you cook dinner, and then after dinner you're sitting here and you're like, I kind of want to relax, but I kind of want to crochet, but I don't want to do a big project. So I have little scraps at my desk. I just grab one and start creating little squares, and that's just nice. So that's what I've been doing after work each day here. I will count each of these after I get done showing them to you. Now you'll notice that some of them, there's a lot of blues at one time. It's because I had them organized per color last night, so I could see how many, what colors I had. So That's why you're seeing a lot of blue at one time, a lot of yellow at one time. No other specific reason for that. This has just been so much fun. I encourage you guys, if you have a lot of scraps, put one of these together. This has just been a blast. I have enjoyed this so much, and I can't wait for it to get finished. And each time I think I have enough squares, it's going to take a lot of squares. It really is. I haven't actually done the math yet. I don't like math. I hate math. I suck at math. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, I haven't actually done the math as to how many squares I'm going to need for this blanket, or what it's going to be, like 12 by 36 or however it is. I have to measure the squares. I'm going to put a border on a couple of them, and then see how long I want or how wide I want the blanket, and then I will do the math and see how long I want the blanket. So, but I know I have a lot of squares left to go. So we're not even going there yet, because I don't want to discourage myself with how many squares I have to make. I'm just enjoying this process, and I will do the math later and find out all those details later. Oops, sorry. There we go. Still getting used to my camera being up here. I did try to prop up my tripod head, or the camera head on my tripod, so I could have you guys over here and you could see my granny square blankets in the back, but that did not happen. The camera kept falling over, so excuse me. I do need a new camera. However, I have other things that I need to get taken care of first before I buy a new camera. Like, now that we are actually financially becoming stable for the first time in 10 years of marriage, through work, I need tires on my car. I need brakes on my car. You're gonna hear some noises outside. That would be my dog making noise because he wants to be with me. But I'm busy, and he keeps barking at things outside, or keeps barking at noises outside because I have the windows open here. So you're probably going to hear outside noises. I apologize, but that's just the way it is because the windows are open. It's a beautiful day, and I need fresh air. But yeah. I have no idea what I was saying prior to that. No, this has just been so enjoyable for me. Sorry, this camera, I'm still not used to it. I'm not going to show you all of them because it's going to take forever, but that is 3/4 of the squares I have right now. Like I said, I'm just kind of using whatever. I don't get rid of my scraps of yarn. I don't throw them away. I used to throw them away years ago. Not anymore. We use everything. We use everything in this house. We use all the things, all the scraps, all the tails. Well, we don't use the tails for much of anything, but you know what I mean. Not any yarn goes to waste in this house. So, my bag of scraps for this blanket. And let me just kind of give you, for those of you who don't know, you're too young to remember the show, or you never saw the show, which is totally fine. You don't need to go watch the show. I'll pull a blanket up that's similar. I don't want to look at meatballs and gravy. I talk to my phone a lot when I'm trying to find something. Okay, let's see. My German Shepherd likes to bark when he's outside. Like, he just likes to bark all the time. And so needless to say, when he's outside, if I need him to be outside for a while, I will put a bark collar on him, which he knows not to bark when the bark collar's on. So right now, he knows he can get away with whining. So that's what he's doing. If you hear a little whining in the background, that's what he's doing. He's sitting on the stairs, being the biggest 100-pound German Shepherd baby ever, whining because he wants to be in here with me. But he keeps barking in here at the things out there, and he can't sit still because he wants to be outside. It's just a whole thing. So, needless to say, he's wearing a bark collar outside right now because I need to record a video for you guys. And that seems to be the only way I can do it right now, so that's what we're doing. I'm trying to find this blanket, guys. Just bear with me a second, okay? No. I have like 900 and some pins saved to my Pinterest board right now, and so needless to say, it's just trying to find it. Jesus, Max. Let's see. You know, we're just gonna Google it. We're just gonna Google the blanket online because apparently I don't want you guys to have to wait forever, so. Wow, I can't spell. Roseanne blanket. Here we go. So essentially it's something like that. Okay? Just using scraps, putting together an afghan. That is what the goal of all those squares is in the end. And okay, so so you can kind of get an idea of what I got going on here. I'm gonna take the camera down and move it, so if you get a little dizzy, I apologize. Let me just show you what kind of a mess I got going on right now. There's scraps everywhere. There's no organization to anything around here, so. Alright, ready? Here we go. Alright, guys. That's my house. Alright. So, this is my husband's blanket I've been working on. There are scraps underneath here that I was working on, as you can see. Okay. Then we have my yarn wall here, which speaks for itself. And then this pile. There are no words for this pile. There are scraps in here, and this pile right in front of me is mostly scraps in that bin. Except for what's in that bag, it's finished squares that I need to put together. So that is a pile of scraps. Then I got this bin has Scrapghans, or has a Scrapgan in it and other things that I need to dismantle to use the scraps for a blanket. Then my desk. Yep, guys, this is my desk. This has been my desk for 2 weeks because I've been sick and haven't wanted to clean it off. And I have had 3 or 4 projects going on over here, as you can see, which I will show you. I spoke about one in my last video, but I have a new one that's going, and I just haven't bothered to put the yarn for the other projects away. And then I have a giant bowl of scraps, as well as the beginnings of squares here, for my Scrapgan. So, as you can see, I'm going to put you back up here now. As you can see, we have quite a few scraps we need to go through. So not only will I be working on this Roseanne blanket, but I am also going to be working on 2 or 3 other Scrapghans at the same time, which I haven't started, but I have ideas for them in my head. The one is going to be a corner-to-corner Scrapgan, which I can't get to the one that I actually have, but I have shown it in another video. I did make one, and I just love corner-to-corner blankets. But that's why I am working on Scrapghans right now, because I need to use the giant stock of scraps that I have for making all of the other projects that I have. So, as we're talking now, I'm going to be dismantling this blanket to make more room for the blankets that I'm actually, my work in progress bin, which is where all the Scrapghans that I need to dismantle are, or the 2 that I need to take apart are. That's my work in progress bin, so I actually have a place to put my works in progress. I don't have a yarn winder, so we are doing this the old-fashioned way by hand, which is fine. I find it relaxing to wind up yarn by hand. Let's see what else we got going here. So since the weather's been so nice the last few weeks, I wanted to go. Obviously, you guys knew that before I started this new job, I was super broke. We were pinching pennies constantly. Story of our life. Nothing wrong with that. It teaches you to live very simply, which is fine. But I really, really wanted to buy yarn and I couldn't. Oh, apparently I'm done with that color. So we're gonna add that to the bowl. So, when we finally got our first paycheck, I went out and I wanted to buy yarn and I wanted to start a new project. And I wanted it to be a colorful project for spring. So, and I love neon colors. I love bright colors. I love neon colors. I just love colors in general. So I decided that Michaels was having a buy one, get one 50% off sale. So I decided I was going to make a neon blanket. And I will show you what I got going so far. It's a corner to corner blanket. That pink really doesn't show up too well, but you can kind of see it's very bright pink. And then I'm using a gray as an in-between color to kind of make the neon colors a little bit, I don't know. I just think gray looks good in between them. I also have, let's show you what I also have going here. So the gray I'm using is Loops and Threads, Slate. Oh, you can't really see that. I'm too far away. Slate is the color. And I am also going to add, we're going to add some highlighter yellow in here, which you really can't tell with, let's see if I can. No, it looks very light yellow, but this is highlighter yellow, guys. Okay, it's very bright, very neon. I got this very bright orange this one's coming from Hobby Lobby because they have a bright orange that I'll show you in here, but I wanted to add the darker orange. Okay. This is the neon orange that they had at Michael's called Safety Orange. And then, let's see if I can grab the other colors here. And here's the colors, I'm sorry. The natural lighting and stuff is really messing up the colors. This is a neon green though. It's called Limeade from Michael's. Loops and Threads brand. But I will show you guys my blanket each time that I add a new color, so. But that's what I got going for that blanket. I'm going to be making a corner to corner scrapgan with the big skeins of scrap yarn that I still have, which is like probably a quarter of a skein or more. I like to use the smaller balls for the squares for my Roseanne blanket, but I do have a lot of bigger skeins that are scraps that I'm not going to use for anything else. I will put those in my corner to corner blanket. So I am currently trying to find, there we go, the corner. To pull this apart now. So yeah, I have one more blanket, a work in progress that I decided I'm not going to finish, so we're going to rip that back and make a corner. We're going to use those to make the Roseanne squares along with the corner to corner squares. I am going to do a corner to corner square blanket thanks to one of my subscribers that watches me. She gave me the idea. Or they gave me the idea, I'm sorry. I cannot remember who it was. But they said to do like a patchwork corner to corner blanket, and I think that is the coolest idea ever. And I am totally going to do that too. So I have all these ideas. I've literally been starting and like, okay, so the neon blanket that I've done, I have frogged that and redid it 4 times now because I have to get it a certain way. I had an idea in my head, and then once I put it on in practice, it was not working. I had too much gray, not enough neon colors. Then I had equal amounts, and I didn't like that either. So I've ripped it back about 4 times now. and restarted it. But I reached what I want for how much rows of gray and how many rows of neon that I'm doing. So I'm excited about that. I'm also going to be doing, if any of you watch Llama Mama Kayla, I love her channel. She is so fun to watch, very relaxing to crochet with. She was doing a birthday blanket, and when she does granny rectangle blankets, I've also really wanted to make a granny rectangle blanket. And I've started like 2 and then ripped them apart because I just kind of lose interest, but I want to do it the way she does it, where you put 3 small granny squares together and then you work around them. Just because that looks fun. I have a lot of scraps to do that, so I'm going to make a Scrapgan doing that, along with, I have some specific colors that I bought for this blanket that I decided not to use. Like, I want to do, this is called fuchsia. It did not work with the brightness of the other colors, so I decided not to use it. So I'm going to, I have like 3 or 4 skeins of that, just that I found in my stash after I bought like 2. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use a lime green that I bought at Costco. What am I doing right now? Oh my god, I don't even know where I'm shopping for yarn. Costco doesn't sell yarn. I wish they did. If anybody that works at Costco is, or like that runs Costco is watching this, that's a thought. You could sell yarn at Costco in bulk. That would be a good sale. Anyway. At Hobby Lobby on Friday, on my way home from work, I got a couple colors that I wanted to put into this blanket. I don't have, or I wanted to use to make another blanket. Either way. I have so many ideas in my head. Sorry, guys. I keep dropping the square off my lap here. So, I have so many ideas of all these things I want to do in my head that I kind of have like all of them started a little bit and they're just kind of sitting around. Which is another reason why I need to get organized, as you can obviously see with the disaster I have going around me. But I am trying to get a little bit organized today, so I have that going. I have an order that I got for a bag. That I have to finish today. I have I just gotta seam up the bag. I'll show you what I mean. So it's literally one of these bags. Okay. And I'll show you. Get over there. Gotta go get it. Alright. So, here is what I got for the bag so far. I got the squares put together, and I have it lined. I did the lining last night. This is hand sewn lining, which I do all my bags because I don't use a sewing machine. So I just gotta put it together and seam it up. So I just gotta crochet it together and close it up, and then add the handles, which are already done. I don't think I have the handles next to me. I don't know where I put those. I think those are on the table too. But I gotta finish that today because the lady wanted it ordered by the, or done by the 10th, or to her before the 10th, so gotta finish that today. And then I gotta organize all this mess that I got going, or make it look at least somewhat something. I have no idea what, but it's gotta look better than it does now. And bless my husband, he is so patient with me and my yarn stash. He is. Now, the living room, which I'm sitting in, as you know, doubles as my office. But it still has to resemble a living room because it is our house that we share. And we both sit in the living room and watch movies and play games and stuff. So I can't just let as much as, if this was an office room, it would be a complete wreck, like all the time. that's how my last one was. When we lived with my parents before we got this house, when we were saving money for our house, I had my old bedroom as my office, and it was small, and I had a lot of yarn, and nothing was organized, and it was a complete disaster. And I got a feeling like if I had an office like my husband has an office downstairs, it would look like that. It would absolutely look like that. Because I have a lot of works in progress going, and I don't want to put them away all the time, and so they just kind of stack up on my desk, and I don't know, do you guys have that problem? I feel like if you are a crocheter, a knitter, a sewer, you have some kind of a stash explosion at some point. So, yeah, let me know what you guys got going there for a mess. But that's what I got going. That's what's been going on. That's what I've been working on. Now that I'm feeling better, I feel well enough to organize and clean. Oh yeah, I got my Fat Chef cup. I don't drink that much coffee anymore. And remember, it has to be decaf coffee. Because, you know, I have anxiety. Which, also, by the way, knock on wood, since I started this new job, I have not had issues with my anxiety and going to work and being at work and all the things that I've had in the past. All of the situations, the stress, my job is so less stressful. I have very, very little stress in my job. Since I've switched, and I am so grateful for that. I am not mentally exhausted when I get home, so I actually feel the need to do things. Before, I would get home and all I wanted to do was sit around. I didn't want to cook, I didn't want to clean, nothing. Now I actually have energy to do stuff when I get home. Alright. So that's another perk. So I'm hoping to, I don't know how much time and quietness I generally get after work because the dogs are excited to see me. I have to go pick them up from Grandma and Grandpa's house. My husband gets home about an hour after I do. So I don't know how many videos I'm going to be able to like post after work. That's not pre-recorded on the weekend, but because I don't get a whole lot of time to myself after work, but I actually have energy to do stuff, so I do work on stuff after work. I don't know, maybe some Friday night I will, where I don't work on Saturday, I'll do a crochet and chat video. So you guys can crochet with me and we can work on something together. But as far as like during the week, it's pretty hectic. When I get home from work, I gotta cook dinner and gotta, you know, do the dishes if there are some to do. You know, gotta play with the dogs. The dogs need attention. They need food. They need to go outside. They need all these things. So, and then my husband gets home from work and we talk and things and, you know, so there's not a whole lot of time to just kind of record a video. All right, we're on the last two, guys. We're down to this. That's exciting. Then I can get that, I can move that. Now that's gone out of the bin that needs to hold whips or scraps or both. So as far as doing videos after work, because I don't live alone, I have many other things happening in my life, so that's probably not going to happen. Weekends are going to be probably the days that I record videos because I get time to myself and quiet time to do that. So, but I hope you guys have had a great week and a good weekend, and let me know what you guys are working on right now. Like I said, I'm just working through my scrap stash. That's priority, as you can tell. I gotta go faster, to be honest. I gotta use a lot more. I gotta use a lot more scraps to get that. I feel like as many scraps as I've used, I've emptied a basket that I've made with the scraps that were in it like twice now, and I feel like I have gotten nowhere with the scraps in my yarn stash. Maybe because I just keep making more. I don't know. I mean, that could be a reason, right? All right, we're on the last little bit here. So what are you guys working on? You working on Scrapghans? You working on a summer project? You working on dishcloths? I want to know what you guys are working on. And how do you guys whip through your scrap stash? Tell me a little bit about that. Give me some ideas on how to quickly go through my scrap stash. Like I said, I really want to do the Roseanne blanket, which is going to take a lot more squares than I already have. So I want to finish that. I want to do... Oh my. I want to do a... there we go. I don't even know if that's going to be enough to make anything, but I think it will. I think we can make a little beginning square with that. This is where all my scraps go. I bought this at the Dollar Tree. So I use all my like little scrap ends when I'm weaving in the ends, and I put them in this little recycling bin. I wanted to say that. But yeah, no, I want to do the corner to corner Scrapgan, use up some stuff. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to, what I'm going to do with all these Scrapgans. If I'm going to donate them, I don't know if I'm going to give them, I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. I don't know if I'm going to sell them, I don't know. So we're going to see. We're going to let them stack up. And, excuse me, my goodness. And then I will eventually figure out what I want to do with them. But yeah, guys, I am going to let you go. This is not the longest video in the world. And I apologize, but it is a very busy day outside. We got motorcycles and cops going by. Okay. I get distracted by things going outside when I'm sitting by my window here. There's a dog whining out in the backyard because he wants his mama. And I need to organize these scraps, and I need to get this bag finished. So I'm going to let you go. I will see you guys next week. And we can look at the progress. We can see what projects I've started. But let me know what you guys got going for projects. Let me know how you guys get rid of your scrap stash. Give me some ideas on how to get rid of mine a little bit faster. Because obviously, well, for one, I keep adding to it. I want to get rid of my scrap stash, but then I keep adding to it because I don't want to keep the blankets that I've already made like a quarter of. And then, you know, I lose interest. So here we are. My scrap stash is never going to go away. Oh, Lordy. It's a struggle. The struggle is real, guys. All right. Well, you guys have a great rest of your Sunday, and I will talk to you very soon. But remember to get away from the stresses of life and do some crocheting or craft or whatever you guys do to get away from life. So for me, it's crochet, hence the channel name Getaway Crochet. So whatever you do, take some time to do what you love to do, whether it's crochet, knit, sew, anything. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful week, and keep on crocheting, all right? Bye.